Today, April 11, is the memorial of Saint Stanislaus, Bishop and Martyr. In 966, Mieszko, the first Duke and ruler of Poland, along with many others in his ruling court, converted to Catholic faith. Their conversion marked the beginning of what is often referred to as the baptism of Poland. In the years that followed, many more conversions took place throughout the land, especially through the efforts of missionary bishop Saint Adalbert. Just over a century later, another significant event took place in Poland. The Archbishop of Krakow, Stanislaus of Skrzypanów, was brutally martyred by King Boleslaw II. In 1979, Pope Saint John Paul II, the former Archbishop of Krakow himself, referred to Saint Stanislaus' martyrdom analogously as Poland's confirmation. Very little is known about Saint Stanislaus for certain, since his first biography was not written until more than a century after his death. Nonetheless, his influence upon Poland has been great. He is believed to have been born and raised in southern Poland in the village of Skrzypanów. His town and surrounding area stood out from the rest of Poland for their unique culture, architecture, traditional costumes, dances, food, and dialect. The capital and largest city of the territory was Krakow. His parents were prominent and wealthy, as well as devout and charitable. For most of their marriage, they were without children. When his mother conceived Stanislaus later in their lives, his parents saw the child as a gift from heaven. As a youth, Stanislaus became very devout, charitable toward the poor, fervent in mortifications, and dedicated to growth in virtue. As a young man, it is believed that he was sent to study in the then capital of Poland, Gniezno, and later completed his theological studies in Paris. After his parents died, Stanislaus received a huge inheritance, which he immediately gave to the poor. He was ordained to the priesthood by Bishop of Krakow and appointed canon at the cathedral, became a well-respected preacher, was later appointed as a pastor, and eventually became the Vicar General of Krakow, a position of great importance in the local church. When the Bishop of Krakow died, Stanislaus was chosen as his successor by popular acclaim. At first, he refused the position, but on the explicit order of the Pope, he accepted and was ordained a bishop around the age of 42. As a bishop, Stanislaus vigorously preached against immoralities at all social levels. He even confronted the king. When he was met with opposition, he remained steadfast in his conviction. It is believed that, to help solve various ecclesiastical matters, he brought papal legates to Poland, re-established the Diocese of Gniezno as an archdiocese, and worked with the king to found new monasteries to help with the ongoing efforts of evangelization. At the time, Boleslaw II was king of Poland. Legend has it that Bishop Stanislaus had purchased a land for the church from a man named Piotr. After Piotr's death, however, his three sons disputed the sale and took the matter to the king. The king, agitated with Bishop Stanislaus for condemning his immoralities, sided with the sons and ordered that the bishop return the property. Bishop Stanislaus is said to have asked for 3 days to produce Piotr's as his witness of the sale. The king and his court laughed and gave him his 3 days. After 3 days of prayer and fasting, Bishop Stanislaus led a procession to the cemetery where Piotr's body was exhumed, and the bishop ordered him to rise, which he did. The group then proceeded to the king, and Piotr testified that he did indeed sell the property, scolding his sons before returning to his grave. Though King Boleslaw enjoyed many honors as a successful military leader, he also continued to manifestly indulge in immoralities such as lusts and heavy-handed cruelty to anyone who opposed him. Tensions continued to grow between the bishop and the king. Eventually, after the king ignored the bishop's warning, Bishop Stanislaus excommunicated Boleslaw. Outraged, Boleslaw held a mock trial and found the bishop guilty of treason, punishable by death. When Boleslaw's soldier refused to carry out the order, Boleslaw himself slew the bishop with his sword while the bishop was celebrating Mass. The legend continues that after Stanislaus' death, the soldiers were ordered to dismember the bishop's body and scatter the pieces on the land to be devoured by the wild beasts. Miraculously, eagles guarded the pieces until the canons of the cathedral were able to gather them and bury them properly. Outrage against Boleslaw's actions quickly reached a fever pitch in the kingdom, and the king had to flee to Hungary for safety, where he died an unhappy death. Saint Stanislaus had become a legend and inspiration for all of Poland for many centuries. Like many kingdoms throughout the ages, Poland has gone through times of division, later to be reunited once again. Through it all, Saint Stanislaus has been a guiding light of Poles and a source of hope when it was needed the most. There is a little doubt that his martyrdom confirmed Poland as a Christian country, strengthening its people throughout the years to become true witnesses to Christ no matter what the cost. Ponder your own call to courageously lay down your life for the faith. When fear keeps you from fidelity, turn to prayer and seek to imitate Saint Stanislaus. Allow his prayers and witness to confirm you more firmly in the faith, so that you will be a witness to those who need it the most. Let us pray. Saint Stanislaus, your birth was a gift from heaven, and your life of virtue, courage, and charity was a gift to the Church of Poland. Please pray for me that I will never cower in the face of opposition, always preferring persecution over sin and a holy life over fear of death. Like you, may I become a true witness of my faith and a source of inspiration to others. Saint Stanislaus, pray for me.